Mechanics today did an awesome job. That car looked like a Lego Formula One car that was thrown on the floor like literally 2 hours before. And I said to them that 5 minutes before the start of the session we wouldn't make it, and then obviously Max went off, and that gained us the minutes to put the car out.
We've talked a lot through testing and through practice sessions yesterday. How much margin in it? How close are the teams? Where are Mercedes actually going to fall out? Is the gap that you have at the end of qualifying what you expected or better than expected?
You know, everybody will say, well, they were sandbagging and there was much more in the pocket. You can't really sandbag, or at least we can't do that, because you never know where the car is. Did we have sometimes maybe 10 kilos more in the car? Maybe yes, but also there is no let's say, we don't have enough belief in understanding the cars of yet to make it run artificially heavy. So we're surprised by the gap, but I'm taking it.
With the regulation change, Toto, we've lost quite a lot of downforce. Normally for a driver, that's not a nice thing. But especially with George, he seems to have a lot of confidence in the way that the car is working. He's able to put it on the white line on the way in, carry all the speed, put it on the white line on the way out. What is giving him the confidence, do you think, in the car?
Yeah, I mean, he's for me also, George as a person has made another step in seniority and confidence in driving the car. And I think it's just how he likes it. I mean, those cars have lost in downforce, but when you look at the aerodynamic and mechanical side, the car looks like on rail, at least today. And when the driver has confidence in the car, then this is what you can do. And it's just driver-car combination and power unit today. Everything works together to put it on pole.
Toto, I just, when you're looking at the championship as a whole, let's say, for example, you've got a championship contending car here. George, we've discussed it ad nauseum. We think he's ready to win a championship. You've got a youngster, he's very raw, as we've discussed. But is Kimi just as capable of fighting for the championship?
I think in pure speed terms, he's absolutely there. You know, he was quick all weekend, quick until he went off in the morning, and I think it's a miracle that not only the car was put together, but also that the lap that he did. I mean, there was no setup on the car. We were never able to really measure it. He's from the raw speed, from the talent, from his ability, absolutely. But he's in his second year of Formula One. George is 9 or 10 all around. You need experience. So I think it would be early days for Kimi to compare himself to George.
Just being critical, Toto, if we're to look at today, it could have ended so much differently. Like you say, if Verstappen, that red flag hadn't been caused, Kimi hadn't got back out. So is there something there in the discussion that you have with Kimi potentially in advance of P3 that you're obviously building up to qualifying, but you don't need to get everything out of it in the last lap in P3? The car needs to be in one position for Q1. Is that something that you maybe change, or do you let him at it?
Look, at the end, I said it last year, it's easier to slow someone down than trying to make a donkey fast.
Being fast.
Yeah, being fast.
Me being fast, for example.
No, I think maybe you were very
Kimi.
fast if you would have been put in a go-kart at the right time. No, but the point is, dampening somebody's, how can I say, energy in the car is something that is also a matter of time and risk-reward ratio. He never feels that he's taking too much risks, but then he's putting it so much on the edge. And that's something he's going to learn. You know, we had a few of these now, but they're part of him growing, and yeah, it could have been different.
How is the dynamic between the two drivers? Because obviously George is the more experienced, and you know, I'm sure he thinks I'm going for this World Championship. And for Kimi being the youngster in the team, how is that dynamic between them? Does Kimi think he is fighting with George for the championship, or is he still in that learning phase of I'm going to learn from him so that in the future I can challenge him?
I think within himself he will be saying to himself, I can go for this, it's for sure. But you see from the dynamics also, George actually helped Kimi with the odd comment of support after the crash in the engineering room. So there's clearly a seniority, more junior dynamic at play, but they are both eager.
Are you concerned at all about potential penalties for Kimi? We saw a couple of things there. I think there's a pit lane infringement and a potential unsafe release.
I hope not, because it's not the driver.
An enormous development competition.
Yeah, and especially learning. I mean, first none of us did really a lot of starts, so we have to see tomorrow whether we make it off the line properly. And then the energy management in the race is something that's a bit unknown. So it's a learning curve, yes.
I'll just ask you, am I seeing double? Or is there a reason for that?
No, look, first of all, they like the watches. This is mine, this is George's, but I have this on European time because my son is karting, and I want to know when his races are.
Tom, well done, Toto. You're
you very
back,
much.
no doubt about it.
Thank you
There
very
we go.
much.